G4 put themselves in a terrible position when they allowed Frosk to go on an Unhinged rant and then promoted it. They thought that it would make them look great for promoting this stunning and brave woman and all of her opinions, yet all it did was make them look pathetic, and they lost thousands of followers and subscribers over it. Their viewership tanked, and now that it's been a few months since that rant was uploaded, people are comparing view numbers on the G4 and X-Play channels, and it is looking terrible for them. I have a bunch of different things to show off, but before we get into the topic at hand, if you enjoy the content that I create, please make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. Follow me on social media like Twitter or mine so that you can see when my content is posted. And of course, if you do really enjoy the videos and the live streams that I create, please consider becoming a Dark Titan via Patreon for just $1 a month, or supporting the channel via YouTube memberships. All of the links are in the description, and of course, I do really appreciate all of the support. So I wanted to start with this new Bounding into Comics article. It says G4 sees massive loss of viewers in the months following Frosk's infamous rant. Now, I think that we all expected G4 to completely fail after this rant, because even before the rant, it's not like they were getting millions of views. It's not like they were blowing up in popularity with their return to the internet. I mean, they were doing pretty mediocre numbers, but now their numbers are just abysmal. It says, according to public view counts, G4's various content offerings have seen a massive loss of viewership in the months following X-Play host Indiana Frosk Black's on-air rant against sexism in gaming and the network's subsequent endorsement of her opinion. I think that this is the worst thing that they could have done, was endorse her opinion, promote it, put clips up on social media for everyone to see, because if she just went on this rant, people would have talked about it for a couple of days, maybe a week, and then we all would have moved on. We would have said, that is a terrible take, but it is what it is. Everyone on their show has different thoughts, but they decided to promote it. Frosk decided to attack people. She said she was going to do interviews that she never did. I mean, it just became this massive situation for them very quickly. The topic of the G4's Frosk fallout was revisited on April 26th when an independent video game journalist, Brad Glasgow, sought to check in on the network's overall health. Now, over the past few weeks, we've joked about G4. There's been a comment here, a comment there, but we haven't seen any other controversy, so I haven't actually had to talk that much about G4. But of course, the last time I talked about it, they were in another big controversy because Frosk's whole rant was about sexism in gaming and people not existing to be nice on the eyes for men in the industry, right? But they ended up putting Amaranth in a bikini in one of their shows, so of course they started a whole nother controversy. But it says, meanwhile, he said on Twitter, G4 TV doesn't seem to be doing very well. X-Play is averaging around 16,000 views. Now, if this was a 100,000 subscriber channel, 16,000 views really isn't that bad. But when we're looking at a channel with nearly 500,000 subscribers, 16,000 views is nothing. It says if you look at the channel's views before the infamous Frosk video, not counting that video's numbers, they were averaging around 40,000 views per video, which isn't as bad as 16,000, but it's still not amazing for 500,000 subscribers on a channel that has people working behind it. It's not like it's just one person putting up videos. We're talking about teams filled with people. You've got marketing managers, people who run social media, a bunch of different hosts. I mean, we're talking about a pretty big situation, a pretty extensive getup of people. Sure enough, the numbers don't lie. As both previously reported by Bounding into Comics and this journalist, prior to Frosk's declaration that male viewers who didn't appreciate being blanket attacked, if you don't like it, don't watch it videos on the core G4 channel pulled anywhere in between 15,000 to 75,000 views, with content focusing on hosts' personalities doing significantly less than reviews of well-known game titles. A big problem with G4 was the fact that they are putting up reviews for games that are years old. It's not like they're only hitting brand new topics, brand new video games. I mean, they were putting up reviews on like Anthem and Mass Effect Andromeda. Nobody wants to see information about those games anymore. Those are years old at this point. No one cares about them, and they're bad games. At that, you need to be putting up new, fresh content. You need to have amazing hosts doing that content. They just overall are not creating anything good. I would not watch G4, even if this controversy didn't happen. It's not like they were putting up anything good in the first place. For example, a Death Stranding review uploaded on January 12th, just hours prior to Frosks Rant, managed to pique the interest of at least 70,000 users. And of course, you have to consider people saw this Frosk Rant, went to the channel, wanted to see what other content they were putting up, probably clicked on the latest review, and then they saw that. So that's also a big reason why it probably has that many views. But regardless, we're not talking about them getting hundreds of thousands of views here, them being very successful, putting out content that people are really loving. No, they're just putting out bottom of the barrel content at this point, and they had been for quite a while at that point. It's as though the network was able to retain their average viewer counts for roughly 2 weeks. A retro review of Mass Effect Andromeda published after her outburst holds a current view count of 72,000, and a January 25th discussion on Fortnite sits with 31,000. It seems this was only a temporary stopgap. In February, G4's 3 best performing videos managed roughly 40,000 views each, with other uploads averaging an approximate average of 20,000 views. So clearly, they are not doing well right now. This is what happens when you go online and you attack your consumers and you tell people if you don't like it, stop watching, because people are going to stop watching. Of course, though, there's been several controversies with G4, with Frosk, and this was the latest one back in March. It says, after Frosk accuses viewers of objectifying women, G4 hosts Amaranth for a bikini ball pit segment. Now, I have nothing against Amaranth. If this is the content she wants to create on the internet, you go for it. She's very successful. People like it. If you like it, I'm not going to sit here and shame you for it. But it does make G4 look like massive hypocrites, because on one hand, they let Frost go on this massive rant about sexism in gaming and women don't exist to be nice on the eyes for you, and then they upload content like this and allow content like this on their channels filled with sexual jokes and hot women in bikinis, which is the content that people originally knew G4 for. As a woman in the gaming industry, I see no problems with sexual jokes and women in bikinis doing skits. That's not my problem. The problem is how hypocritical G4 looks at this point, and I don't think they're ever going to get these viewers back. They told people, if you don't like our content and you don't like the fact that we backed Frosk up, don't watch it, and no one is showing up to watch it, and that's their problem. They told people not to, but at the end of the day, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. But that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed it, please make sure to give it a like, share it, and subscribe to the channel. And of course, if you didn't, make sure to give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I will talk to you all again in the next video really soon.